Hello everyone on the app. Here we have 14 questions with me, Lando. Number one, what have I been up to in the weeks between Bahrain and Imola? A few different things. The obvious ones. I've been spending a few days at McLaren on the simulator, reviewing Bahrain, and a few kind of meetings and whatever, just a lot of reviewing on Bahrain, and then more simulator, preparing for Imola, and then in between many days playing golf, because I play a lot of golf now. Number two, you mentioned you might play some golf with friends. Did you follow any of the Masters, and is there anything you can learn from the world's top golfers that might help you behind the wheel? I wouldn't say they helped me behind the wheel. I watched some of the Masters, particularly the final day of the Masters. They do make me feel like I can go out the next day and, hit a new PB on the golf course, but I didn't back it up the next day I played, so that's not true. But I guess you learn from them in the golf side of things, but not with the driving side. We're back in Italy. Are you treating all of us in the team to a pizza this weekend? And what will the topping be? No. I'm not treating everyone to a pizza this weekend. Only if we do well on Sunday will they get a pizza. And the topping, what will it be? It can be of their choosing. Mixture of everything. I'll be having a margarita pizza because I'm risky. Number four, what's my favourite thing about Imola? Not much. And that's the honest answer. It's a cool track. I wouldn't say I love it. It's not one of my favourites, but it's a cool track, and I guess the history of it is probably something that's the coolest about it. It's cool to drive in a Formula 1 car, and it's probably one of the fastest tracks in certain places. But I don't know why, but it's just not one of my favourites. Number five, Imola is one of the few anti-clockwise circuits on the F1 calendar. How's your neck holding up this weekend? And have you been doing anything different to prepare for the demands of the circuit? Well, this is Thursday, so no typo in your question. But I'm sure I'll be fine. I wouldn't say I do anything different for this weekend in particular. I train the same amount on the left and the right, so I don't do anything different. Number six, name one thing you learned in Bahrain that you can use to your advantage this weekend. I feel like I'll be giving something away if I'm telling you that. So you never know who's on the app. It could be the other team. You never know. Carlos could be on the app right now watching. Number seven, you've never finished outside the points racing for McLaren in Italy. Didn't know that. What is it about Lando in Italy that's such a good combination? I don't know. I think one of the cool things about Italy is the fans. They're very passionate. Even if we're not wearing red, orange is close to red, but they seem very passionate. They're very kind, and send me a lot of messages and so on. So I guess the fans, but I don't know why I always do well. No clue. Number eight, what did you think of Will, my race engineer, for the first time you met him? When did I first meet Will? I think I would have. I would have met him, I think, in the factory for the first ever time. I can't remember. So that's actually too long ago now. But I got on with Will very well since the very first day, because he was Fernando's engineer at the time, and Jarve as well, the performance engineer, and I got on very well with both of them from the very beginning. and they were my first engineers within McLaren. So I spent a lot of time with them, and I don't know. At that time, it was just everything they were saying. I was kind of learning and was new to me. So yeah, great bunch of guys, and still with him now. So he's obviously not that bad. One-word answers for these two. What's the toughest thing about being a McLaren Formula One driver? One word. I don't know. I would say like the history. Well, and I guess I'll describe it. History because of just the amount of incredible drivers that have been part of McLaren since the very beginning, and feeling like you kind of have to live up to that a little bit. So I guess the history of it and trying living up to it. What's the best thing about being a McLaren Formula One driver? One word answer for this as well. I mean, I'd say the team. Team. I mean, I've only been with McLaren in Formula One, but I would say the team themselves, so the mechanics, everyone back in the factory. It's like genuinely, it's like one big family. Everyone's very kind. I've worked in a few different departments at McLaren, and I've had a lot of fun kind of getting to meet everyone, getting to know everyone and things like that. And yeah, everyone more now so than ever is working extremely hard and very determined to kind of do always that little bit better. So the team, or team if you want one word, is the best thing. Have you now watched all of Drive to Survive Season 3? What do you think of it, and what was your favourite part? All the bits that I was in were my favourite. Actually, just the podium bit. The podium bit, and then seeing like the whole team go crazy in the garage was it made me smile a lot. So I think that was definitely my my favourite part, and I have watched all 10 episodes of Season 3. Number 12. If an actor had to play you in Drive to Survive, who would it be? Tom Holland. I don't know why, but a lot of people not as good looking as Tom Holland, but a lot of people compare me and Tom Holland together. Don't know if he's a good enough driver for it, but if he had to act, I think he'd be the guy. What's the latest emoji? What's the last emoji you used on your phone, and why? It's just the laughing face. It's definitely not the heart emoji. That's not even on my frequently used. Number 14, final one. If I wasn't doing Formula One, what series would I do? Any, basically. Endurance racing, obviously Daytona 24-hour, which I thoroughly enjoy and would love to do. But I would also like to try motorbikes, MotoGP, stuff like that. That's something I would like to try, though. I might not be any good at it, but maybe one day. Cheers.